Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ryan, and today we are discussing this week's NFL schedule for, well, week 8. I'm pretty sure we're heading into week 7 or week 8. It's interesting, yes, week 8. Right now in the NFL, there's a lot of things that's going on, a lot of upsets last week. 49ers lost again, this time to the Vikings. The Bills lost to the Patriots. That's just name a few big things that happened last week. The Bears won a game with their backup quarterback. Now people are questioning if Justin Fields was the problem. He arguably was, because they won without him single-handedly. So, yeah. And then you're heading into this week, you have a lot of games that are like, okay, these are must-win type of games for these teams. And this first match of the week is one of those. You have the Buccaneers going up to play Buffalo. You have the Buccaneers who lost off a game-winning field goal against the Falcons. They're often struggled heavily, and the Bills lost to the Patriots in New England off of a last-second drive, with like a 2-minute drive by Mac Jones. It was wild. As a Patriots fan, it was very fun to see. If I had to pick this winner in this one, I'd have to go with the Bills. I trust them more at home, but they're definitely looking inconsistent. They need a consistent run game, and right now they don't have that. Watch out. I'm just pointing this out. I'm not sure how the cap situation will work or how much they have to give up. But right now, Tennessee is not using Derrick Henry as good as they should. If they went and got Derrick Henry, yeah, I think that would change everything in Buffalo. You make them legitimate contenders. You see what happened with the 49ers when they got McCaffrey? That could happen with Buffalo if they somehow got Derrick Henry, which would be, again, I'm not sure that cap situation works, but it seems like the Titans don't use it well enough. They're losing a lot. He's going to contender, and no better team that would fit him more than the Bills. And then at the 1 o'clock games, you have the Battle of New York. You have the Jets versus Giants. Giants coming off a win against the Commanders, which was a very ugly game overall. 7-14 was the final score. A lot of teams had chances, and then they would literally fumble and just give them away. The Jets had their bye week. I think the Giants will continue their winning streak. This game probably will be a lower scoring, but I think their home streak will go up to 2 in a row. So I got the Giants winning this one. Kind of a home game for both teams since they're like right next to each other. Actually, did they play in the same stadium still? I think they might actually play in the same stadium still. That's wild. Then you have the Jags versus Steelers. Jaguars are on a roll. Steelers are just actually also on a roll. They beat the Rams. It's in Pittsburgh. I think the Jags are looking really, really good. Steelers are looking good. I'm gonna pick the Jags in this one, but I could definitely see the Steelers winning this one. Then you got the Eagles versus Commanders. Commanders are coming off a loss against the Giants, and the Eagles are coming off a win against the Dolphins win. They had 0 penalties called against them. Yeah, the Eagles had 0 penalties called against them, which was very strange because there was a lot of face mask holdings and stuff and everything in between. Very weird. Very weird. A little suspicious, but they still won the game, and they're probably going to win this one. I got the Eagles winning this one. Then you have the Rams versus Cowboys. Interesting game here. The Rams got off a loss against the Steelers. Okay, that was a very questionable loss too because of the spotting that happened. We recapped in college football how there was a spot in the Houston, Texas game that actually should have been a first down but wasn't. And now we're having a spot here that it should have been 4th down but it was given a first down. And they couldn't challenge it since they had no timeouts. Interesting stuff. And then the Cowboys, did they even play last week? I don't think so. I don't believe they did. But they might have. I forgot. I'm sorry. My mind is not going right now. If they played last week, I am sorry. I'll put up if they did. I don't believe so. Well, yeah, the Rams versus Cowboys anyways. Cowboys are at home. I got the Cowboys winning this one. And then you have the Vikings versus Packers. Packers are struggling. Vikings are 2-0 without Justin Jefferson. Just pointing that out. I got the Vikings continuing this roll. The Vikings might be a 500 team right now after this win. Then you have the Falcons versus Titans, the battle of very much local teams. They're very close to each other. They're like maybe 2-3 hour distance from each other because I live right in between both of the cities. I got the Titans winning this one. Falcons are not a good road team. They had to rely on Nwangwu winning a game-winning field goal, which it always seems to come down to that. Buccaneers offense was terrible. I'm not saying this time's going to be much better, but I assume they can get more points than what the Bucs did. Then you have the Patriots versus Dolphins. This should be a slaughterhouse. Dolphins will win this one. I would like to see the Patriots do really good, but I really doubt that, though. Sadly enough, they're probably going to lose. And you have the Saints versus Colts. Colts got very much robbed out of any team, more than any other team, of a chance to actually win the game or just win it in general. Calling that pass interference or holding call in the secondary is absolutely wild to me. They call that on them, and that was the one with Amari Cooper. And the pass interference called when the ball was thrown like 10 yards out of the end zone, and they still barely lost. The Browns still had to barely get into the end zone. That's great. That's crazy, man. But the Saints are not on a roll. They're exact opposite of a roll. They are going downhill. And I got to rely on the Colts. Colts have been having more consistent, but this game could be very close late. You have the Texans versus Panthers. Panthers need to win a game. It's a battle of the two top picks this year, Stroud versus Young. And I got to rely on the Texans to win this one. They're at home, though. The Panthers are at home, coming off a bye week. Maybe they could do something, but the only thing I care about is Adam Thielen doing good. He's on my fantasy team. Yes, I picked up Adam Thielen. He did really good last week, and I had him starting that week. So, yeah, 2 weeks ago, I should say, actually. And then you have the 4 o'clock games, 4 or 5. You have the Browns versus Seahawks. Give me the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks are doing pretty good right now. I like how they beat the Cardinals. It was not that close. Not super, super close. Browns are barely winning. Their offense actually proved to be something good, but Myles Garrett's on a tear. I love the home field, though, for the Seattle Seahawks, and I think they'll be able to win this game, though. Then the next game, probably argue this is the game of the week. Bengals versus 49ers. 49ers are banged up a bit. They're on a 2-game losing streak. Brock Purdy probably going to be out because of concussion protocol. You have Sam Darnold coming in. Bengals are on a roll right now. You couldn't ask for much better. They're 500 team, but right now they're two. They started off your 0-2 and then 1-3, so they've won back-to-back. And right now they're looking pretty good. I'd probably give it to the Bengals, actually. Without Brock Purdy, I think that'll make a difference, but we'll see. We'll really see. We'll see how much of a system quarterback Brock Purdy really is, seeing how Sam Darnold performs in the system. You have the Chiefs versus Broncos. Chiefs should dominate this one. Mahomes, I don't think, has ever lost to the Broncos in his history in the NFL, which is ridiculous to say, but I don't think he's ever lost, which is completely and utterly wild. I got the Chiefs winning this one. I don't think that's going to change. The Ravens versus Cardinals, probably going to be a close one because that's what the Cardinals like to do. I got the Ravens still to win this one. I think they're going to be too much. And then the Sunday night game, Bears versus Chargers. Bears, let's see how this thing works without Justin Fields. Let's see if you win again. And the Chargers, you desperately need a win being 2-4. You have the same record as the Bears? You might. You have the same amount of wins. That's not good. I got the Chargers winning this one. They desperately need this win. And then you have the Raiders playing at Detroit on Monday night. I got Detroit winning this one. They're coming off on a humiliating loss to the Ravens, and they need their revenge. And the Raiders, they probably want revenge, but they don't have enough talent to actually get their revenge. So I got the Lions winning this one. So that's my prediction for this week. Take that as you want. Put on the comments what you feel about this. And yeah, hope you all have a great day. Stay safe, y'all, and God bless y'all.